WPP Media has been, for the past many years, India's strongest media agency network, and that too by a very big margin. In fact, even when globally WPP is struggling with declining revenues, India is their only market amongst the top five which has actually registered positive growth, and that too by 6.7% in Q3. And this is courtesy strong business momentum at WPP Media, India. And I'm speaking to the architect of that growth story, Prasanth Kumar, CEO, South Asia of WPP Media. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, great.
Now, WPP shares have plunged by about 80% in the past decade, and yet WPP Media, India, stands out like a shining example. Tell us, what are you doing differently from your counterparts abroad?
See, first of all, I think uh, at least we don't look at it like that. I think, including my counterparts and all of us at WPP, they're all at it, and we're all trying to do our best for our customers, right? See, ours is a derivative business. We do good for our clients. I think he'll be taken care of. That's what we believe strongly, right? But let me speak more about from the Indian context, right? I think it's true that it's not just that globally many other markets are impacted with multiple uncertainty and stuff like that. In India also we have had flavors of such issues, whether it is a economical issue, whether it is a consumption issue, or whether it's even regulatory issues. You've seen the online gaming category, etc., having impacted. We had we were fortunate to have a few clients, on the online gaming thing. But I think we have been with our existing customers, we have been at it to figure out what are some of the great solutions which can really, and we're quite committed to the outcomes for those clients and trying to work on that. I think that has really helped us to look at different solutions, different offerings, and widening the offerings with existing customers. For us, while we are blessed with a good bunch of and width of clients across categories, I think getting new business is something which we take it habitually very seriously from not just now, but almost for last 2 decades, right? And that is what has helped us to stay on course for ensuring the business is good today, as well as putting a good start for the coming year, right? I think that has been very useful for us. Our teams, our people are offering the support from the global network, have been continuous in every single aspect we do, and that has really helped us to get the growth.
But this is also a time when a lot of media agency business is sort of being threatened by consultancies and tech companies. And I was just reading Accenture's Song, with its $20 billion revenue, is one of the largest advertising networks in the world today. And talking about that and thinking about what's coming your way, how is it that you're going to expand the base for media agencies so that they're relevant and they also have a bigger playground to play in?
I think it's great to see that everybody is finding an opportunity in each other's so-called comfort zone, right? So if you feel that the consulting companies are seeing some opportunity here, so are we. So it's not that it's a one-sided thing, right? I think consulting goes a long way for every part of the service that you are really, looking into a customer needs. So in our case, just like how for last so many years we have been focused on the marketing needs, and therefore it's a very wide, expanded view of looking at solutions for clients. I think we have also been at it to see how we can have diversified offering to our clients, right? So it's not just media planning, buying. I think we've got a great solution coming on our content. We've got great solution coming on our sports, right? We're lucky that we've been able to almost work with every single client you find in Indian jersey, right, in the cricket team. and similarly many more, right? We work on a choreograph offering, which is on multiple tech-related, analytical-related, consulting perspective is also very useful, right? So influencer marketing is another specialism which we offer. So these are all got expanded, from that context. I think it is equally important to keep it on because we are seeing some great flavor coming from the market on commerce, from retail media, right? And even that, there's a marketplace, there's a quick commerce. I think the market is quite unique from that context. So coming out with products and services on that is another way to widen the services for clients, right? I think agile content production, working along with multiple WPP companies like Hogarth, etc. I think that brings in a great edge for our customers, right? Working with creative agencies to come with the full narration story, integrated solution. We have teams built on that. That's coming out beautifully well. You can take examples like Coke, Amazon, and many more, Unilever, and so on, right? And we've got more and more clients actually looking for that, right? Okay. So it's a customer need, which is becoming important. So all of this coming together is really helping in that space.
On WPP media, and there was a rebranding exercise that happened. And interestingly, we saw that unlike the creative part of it, there were no brands which were merged in the process. Yeah. I mean, is that a learning? Did it work out for the creative side of the business? In media, it didn't really happen. And secondly, how do you think this rebranding is going to really help consolidate the business and help the transformation into the next decade?
See, this is by design, which you're doing. I think very important, when we work, we want to work, and we have been working, and we want to improve ourselves for the next many years. It's about working today and working tomorrow, right? I think a lot of it as an opportunity when you want to strengthen your tomorrow, and with that perspective is what this design of the focus on each market has been done, right? It's not just a rebranding exercise, it's about getting the power of one for every client, right? And while we have those portfolios focusing on, because not one person cannot manage, some 100 clients, right? So we will have those portfolios, we will have those focus, etc. And it'll continue from a context of focus perspective, and there will be client teams specific to that, and the focus has been very customer centric. So that is the basic line. The fundamental thing is customer centric insights, customer centric actions, which will help them to get their outcomes. So quite obsessed with outcomes for our clients, right, from that context. So if you have to do that, many of this actually helps doing the best for clients. So whether in terms of tools, whether in terms of leveraging great talent, right? Of course, aligned with clients what they want and what are their needs and stuff like that. In addition to that, enhancing our technology perspective in workflow, in products and services. So that's the whole idea, right? I think when the evolution is happening in the market, it is equally important for us to look at how can we focus more, right? How can we get the bandwidth better, and how can we look at not just the depth but the width of how we can create solutions for our clients.
But all of this will also lead to a lot of repurposing of roles at WPP Media. Which is the department that is seeing the maximum pivot possibility also of layoffs?
See, workforce of tomorrow definitely needs two things, which is very critical. Because the market landscape itself is evolving, you're very right that repurposing of yourself as a role or role itself, and yourself comes in the skill part, and the role itself comes in the context of evolution itself, right? Will happen, right? And therefore, it necessarily need not be only one single department. But I tend to agree with you that some department will have a larger play on it, which is essentially areas like commerce, which is essentially areas like choreograph, influencer marketing,
right?
Because they need a lot more attention today, because that's the only way we can lead our clients to better outcomes in that. And some of them cannot be in isolated island way of working, because the magic is when they collaborate and able to give some integrated solutions there, and that's what clients love. But at the same time, integrated, skill development is also an area where we are dialing up.
Okay.
Right. What we also realize is that this is not something which you can do once and leave it. You have to continuously do it. And the more we're able to continuously do it, I think the impact starts coming up, right, for our people itself. So we see this expanding for our own people, because the workforce of tomorrow is probably commanding this requirement for, especially in a service like that, right? So if you look at somebody who's working in 25 and look at somebody working in 2030, yeah, there will be a change, because in 25, the offering and solution that I have, I put in a piece of paper and I have some 30 offerings. And if I look back in 2018, maybe some 7 of them didn't even exist at that time.
Right.
And you get 5 years earlier, 2013, maybe some 15 of them didn't even exist. So that's how it is moving.
When you spoke about WPP Open, and you recently, I think last month, you launched something called WPP Open Pro, which is literally a self-serving platform that helps the client to create campaigns, execute it, and do the end-to-end media planning process. Now, something like this, how would that really affect the existing workforce? Because is it going to add to the kind of business that's going to come your way, or is it going to take away from those many people who are going to form that one team for a client to do that media planning process?
No, frankly, this will be a great help for our team. What you should understand, with all of this, our aim is to increase our customer base. So the business is only going to go up, right? We're hoping that, right? And I think the reason why the business should go up, because these are utilities for many customers, right? And with technology, it allows you to further penetrate into the market. So ours is a B2B business, right? But there is so much of, the entire mid-segment, the so-called fat tail, long tail, etc., which is available. And we are today blessed with, many more presence in many more cities, right? And we want to make the best use of it, right? And all that will get played on, right, from this platform and the ability to do it. And I think that will soon start reaping the fruits, and in the context of having more customer base, right? Okay. For our people, it gives the perspective to really work with agility, right, and ability to see multiple data points. Also, look at certain tools which will have a comprehensive view, and the more and more we are able to get the clients to really put in their own data into it, it just helps them also to have more precision, right? And I think we're also trying to see how fast and how well we can customize some of the solutions for each of the client needs, right? So all that is a platform-led perspective, but I think that's how the movement is happening.
So it will be an addition, not taking away from existing, what is happening at the agency.
No, I think when you say addition, it is an additional opportunity for us to serve to our clients, right? Which only means that it is a faster solution, but doesn't take off the aspect that there are more things happening out of it, right? So this is a platform which helps you to synthesize, to synergize, to get things together from a media perspective, from a creative perspective, from content perspective, from many other aspects, and get to multiple platforms, multiple data points, all of this coming together. Now, this is useful for existing customers as well, right? Because everybody wants things like the agility. I mean, if I get to learn something now, I want to use it now. Right. So the real-time utility comes with these kind of platforms really able to use it. So definitely, I mean, this is like any other tech company. You come with a tech solve, you can't say that, sorry, it won't be used for existing customers. Definitely it will get used for existing customers. It's as simple as that. But the enhancement of it, the client needs of it, customization of it, that is definitely dependent on the scope and what each client, each category needs requirement. That's how we look at it. Yeah.
So while at your end, you're of course offering more efficiency for that client, we've also seen some movement on the client's part, where they're starting their in-house agencies, media agencies. I think Godrej just started one. So I remember asking Mr. Shashi Sinha what he thinks about this, and he said it's an idiotic concept, quote unquote. And Munaz, on the other hand, from PSG, she mentioned that, why not? I mean, this might give us a opportunity to evolve into a different direction. What is your view on it?
See, look, first of all, we should understand one thing, that a client, any client who is actually, see, they're not in our business. They're in the business of either selling cars, either selling soaps or shampoos or multiple other things. That is their core business. If they have really thought through and really find a real need to have an in-house perspective, it's only for right solutions to grow their business. So I respect that. What we do is to look at opportunity of how we can contribute to that progress, right? Concept in-house means people working there in-house. Now, for everything there is always a plus and a minus, right? I think that is where the opportunities come. In the plus, how we can actually add more things in the plus, and the minus, how we can help the clients, right? So I am not saying that, I think, the question is not whether right or wrong. Because everybody does it. Tomorrow, let's say that why do we have a finance department? You can outsource the finance department, any company. The reason why you have finance is because you want to keep it in that way for a certain need of the company aspect, right? I mean, that's what it is. You can say that the entire, admin department can be outsourced. There are companies who have done that, right? But some companies keep it. Now, this is all perspective of how you want to manage it from a cost analysis and different aspects for different kinds. And there are people who have done it and moved out of it, and there are people who are doing it new, and we have to see. So I think it is all left to the phase of each company's business, organization's goals at that particular phase, and trying to do what is best at that phase or with a certain goal of that phase. And as real partners, we see that there is always an opportunity where you can contribute more, right? I don't think I don't look at it as a threat. I think it's an opportunity where you can do. Of course, rallies are important, right? Let's not look at it from the context of, okay, my God, will everybody go that route? I don't think everybody will go that route because their business is not advertising agency running. Their business is about doing their business and what's best for that, right? And yeah, so it's quite cyclical, from that context. So that's what it is. Yeah.
Do you think possessing data and analytics as a big arm within the company, is that the biggest game changer for a holding company today? Because Publicis, when it comes to that company and its success, I think a large part of it is attributed to its acquisition of Epsilon in 2019. Do you think that's an absolute game changer today to have that kind of hold on data and analytics?
Data analytics and synthesis of data analytics, therefore insights and what to do with it, always is important, right? We have been working on that, and we have had our own teams working on that for the last so many years. We have tried to only improvise from whatever we had yesterday, right? And there is no doubt about that. I think Choreograph does the whole perspective of how we have built Choreograph and what it's going to do comes handy in that context, right? I think two more areas. One is how we also look at answering that is we have quite an open perspective on this because we want to get the best to the clients, right? And therefore, even in our platform, don't be open. We have an open perspective on, adding on multiple other pipes to see how data synthesis, including clients and other partners, data points, etc. We can produce more, from a result perspective for clients. A co-creation of some of the products have really helped us in that. So it's a package of all of this, right? Fundamentally, yes, data and its utility is always a great solution for clients, right? So there's no doubt on that.
I'll just read out some numbers that I had. At the group level, I was going through this convergence report. WPP Media emerged as the clear leader with $6.6 billion in billing. This is India, followed by IPG with about $2 billion, and Publicis Media at $1.7 billion in billings. Now, do you see the Omnicom and IPG merger helping you as a company to further increase this gap in the Indian market? Already you are big leaders, of course. You think that's going to take some time to shape up, another 4-5 years maybe, to get everything in place, and you will have an advantage?
No, see, look, we have to do what we have to do, right? I think everybody does what they have to do. There is definitely a very, very strong competition in the marketplace, always, right? I think in situations where people consolidate, the competition is only going to increase, right? Because it just improves from today to a better tomorrow, right? For a merged up entity. That's why they merge, from that context.
Yeah.
Now, for the others, it also comes with the context that what are the opportunities here, right? So obviously, with these two perspectives, the competition is only going to increase, right? And not just for us, for everybody, right? And let it not be only for these 3 companies, I think 4 companies. It's also to do with other companies that is live playing in the country. I think the focus, therefore, is it only about the groups that is looking at, or it's also about how the customers are evolving, because there is already a set customers available in the market, right? And I think our focus is more about ensuring that we are able to continuously give the best to our existing customers and continuously attract any new customer, from that context. So that explains that the live competition is going to continue and only strengthen more. I don't know whether I wish that everything is more progressive from that context, but I don't think merger should help us grow faster. That's not the concept. But I think more of our efforts to our customers will grow us faster, right? We look at it from that context. Yeah.
You have there was restructuring, and you have 4 new client president client solutions, and you have a dream team, and in fact, Amin, Preeti, Naveen, and Ajay, of course. Tell me, what is the immediate target that you have for all 4 of them?
Well, the immediate target is that I keep telling them that sleep well, right? No, yes, you're right. I think we are blessed with some good leadership, right? Right at the top with these 4 people, as well as their own leadership team, right? We have a good WLC team, which is we've structured leadership in such a way that we have an EXCO and a WLC team, and WLC team is far more significantly important for us, because they are the real people who does the operation, just create the magic of customers, look after the people. So we are blessed with a good bunch of leadership. But specific to your question, I think some of the key things, there is no sum of the key things. There's only one thing, which is get your customers happy. Happy in the sense, it's a simple way to put it. It's a very local language. Are your clients happy, right? It's not an easy task today. Also because all these challenges which I spoke of, they are also going through.
Yeah, of course.
So it's equally important to be there with them. Many times lead them, many times validate that, be a part of the journey, understand what's going on. I think the more you do with them, they understand us also, right? I think it's a highly mutual and co-created kind of journey which is there. So they're definitely far more focused on their customer, value. How do we improve the obsessed with the customer improvement, right, and outcomes, right? For them to do that, they have to look at their leadership below, they look at their teams, they look at how do we plan it, how do we design that. I think that's what they are all getting into, right? We realize that the more we are able to, design that, because it's a continuous improvisation which is required, right? I don't think we have a full stop answer for any of these journeys, because you do this in 24, you have to do it slightly different 25, again different 26 and 27 and so on, right? And if you are the scripter, you're a script writer for each of those journey, then it's always an exciting job to learn, relearn, and reactivate, refresh. So that's what everybody has been busy at, right? Yeah.
So, leaving individual targets aside, what is the target for WPP Media? What kind of growth and revenue are you looking at over the previous year for 2025?
Definitely, it has to be progressive. But I also realize that there is, if I say I want to grow 50%, somebody can argue saying that, why not 100%, for example. Or somebody can say, that is too aggressive. I want to keep the momentum on.
How much did you grow last year over the previous?
Yeah, we had a reasonable growth. Some of these numbers, we are not allowed to talk about it. And we do practice over the last so many years. But we had a reasonable growth. I also want to tell you that we probably expected to grow even slightly more, right?
Than last year.
So there have been hurdles. It's not that it's not been easy, right? But we have been lucky that it is in the positive side and it's growing. And we want to keep that momentum on, right? I think what will also help in this case is that if we have, and we wish and we desire that our clients also are able to grow, our partners are also able to grow.
Right.
So it's a progressive ecosystem
for everybody.
For everyone that we want to look at. Now, in a journey like this, we also realize that being greedy makes the journey more difficult. Right?
Okay.
So technically, try and find that balance. Because, what you can only do is to control what is in your hand. While you can study and understand and learn what is not in your hand. And today is a mix of both, right? Which is impacting the market outlook, which is impacting the landscape. You have to have clarity in that. So we want to really focus on what's in our hand, right? And that allows you to, figure out the steadiness, keeping the momentum on, all of that in a better form, right? Yeah.
So I hope you keep the momentum going, and all the best for the year 2025 and the ones ahead. Thank you so much.
We need it. Thank you so much.